tripping. Why did I do it this way? I was supposed to. Yeah, it's too late now. We already lit. Like I was supposed to stream it the other way, bro. And yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Next time. I'll remember to change it next time. Change the stream to where it's full TV like type screen instead of doing this screen right here. Was this screen is cool, but I like it the other way. But what's up with it, y'all? Yeah, I came to kick it with y'all tonight. Came to spend some time, some quality time. As you can see, like we better sounding. We a little better sounding. Thank goodness. Thank Thank thanks to what's up with it awoken one. Thanks to Master Creator. On my birthday he donated and I was able to go buy a microphone and and some other stuff to in order to give us a nicer quality, more lit sound. So we a lot. It's like I was just listening to the live yesterday and the one before that and the one before that, and it didn't have that potency like a podcast should have. Yeah, I see y'all in there, Shiva. That when I seen y'all, you and Blue Flame up in there, I said, yeah, I said I'm about to start it up and then I'm about to pop in and open the Discord. But yeah. Oh, the notification back working probably because like I said, bro, you feel me? Once I hooked up this microphone, I said, oh my God, I got to get the levels and stuff right though. You feel me? And then hopefully, it'll have the live sounding more potent. They'll stand out. You can hear and you don't got to turn your phone all the way up type shit. So thanks to Master Creator, you feel me? Thank you, brother. And yeah, I was able to go get a couple of things, to use here. And yeah, so hopefully from now on we have a more, a more in-depth sound. A more in-depth sound. I hope y'all hear me clearly. Clearly. Like I said, I gotta get the levels and stuff right, but man, I was supposed to come back earlier and I was gonna do it live earlier, but I ain't gonna lie, I was burnt out, tired, I fell asleep. Been spending so much time with the family and doing stuff with them, and then my girl working late, and I just got a lot going on at one time, but it's dope at the same time because I don't know, it kind of always feel good when something is happening. For some reason, it always feels good when something is happening. When you doing something, and not in the sense of like you doing something important, because it don't matter what you do, bro. It don't matter what it is you doing. It don't matter what it is you doing. It's all important. So it's like that's all that matters is that you doing something. Even if the something is nothing. If you just sleeping, is to me is doing something because you getting that rest or or whatever. But a motherfucker, yeah. Do you have a microphone amplifier channel? Yeah. When he on my birthday, Master Creator sent me. He Cashapped me. And like the money that he sent me on my birthday, that's what I went. I went and got a microphone and I went and got an amplifier, basically. So it was like, boom, you feel me? I was like, dang, we in the game. Let's see, get well soon, Victor Wimby. Man, what happened to Victor Wimbyama? Don't come in saying that, bro. Stop. What happened to Victor? Bro, don't come in saying that. So yeah, no, I got another amplifier and and a new microphone because this microphone that I had bought, it wasn't gonna work with my old microphone. So you feel me? But I went and got the little fine little amp thing, and it's like, yeah, it got it potent. I was listening to it. I said, oh yeah. I said, yeah, it sounds totally
Lit in so many different ways. I ain't gonna hold you. I said, yeah, it sound lit.
and I can change my voice.
I can change my voice up and make my voice sound a little bit different if I want to, depending on what type of video
I do. I'm just saying it's kind of dope. So and it's loud. It's loud. I'm looking at the levels and I said, dang, the levels is up there. But dang, wait, hold on, bro. You just got me tripping off Victor Wimby. Wait, where's my phone at? Man, talking about get well, Victor, Victor. You know what I mean? Man, Wembanyama can't be hurt, bro. I was just watching the highlights, and that boy was hitting so many threes. He was hitting so many threes. I said, oh my God. I said, this boy he's something different. He's something different. There'll never be another like him. He like Yao Ming, Shaq, Steph Curry, all in one little package. You feel me? All in one package, bro, which is kind of, he dope as hell. Bro, dope. But hold on, let me look this up real fast. I know Victor. See, Victor Wembanyama hurt. What the hell? Oh my God. A blood clot? What the? You know what? You know it's been trippy, bro. It's been all kind of you ready for that damn stimulus check? Man, I seen that. I said, woo. Everybody don't like Trump. But we gonna get into that next. JP's, we gonna get into that next. All right, hold on, give me a minute. I'm trying to, like I said, I gotta get the levels right on this microphone. But yeah, Wembanyama with the blood clot. Oh man, my son, it's gonna break his heart. It's gonna break his heart to hear this because he don't even know. You feel me? He been on punishment. My youngest been on punishment, but I'm like, he only 21. And what's crazy, a lot of the young ballers, you know, certain weird stuff been happening. But I'm like, blood clots, bro? He out for the rest of the season? Dang, man, he been doing so good. Man, I just seen him dropping threes. Like I said, he was dropping them. Whoop, wop, wop, wop. I said they can't stop that boy. I said they can't stop him at all. But on them stimulus checks, I said, man, I seen that. I said, damn. I said, because everybody been talking shit. Like, you feel me? Oh, yeah, he on punishment, man. He ain't been abiding by the rules. So, you know, that's how come me and him ain't been playing the game lately, because he been on lockdown. But, yeah, I seen the thing on them stimulus checks. I said, that's dope. Because I guess all the money that they got backed up and shit like that, they're talking about they're going to give, 30% to all the Americans. They trying to get it up to where each person get like $5,000 or something like that. And then the rest of the money they're going to use for the deficit, or, you know, I don't know, I guess we owe some money or something like that. I don't know what the fuck, but they talking about all these trillions of dollars. And they said, we going to give it back to the people. I said, damn, I said 30% is 30 or 20% or something like that. And I'm going, man, y'all need to give us 50, really, to tell the truth. Give us 50. You know, it's cool to 30 and all, but you know, if you ain't filed your taxes, you ain't seeing none of that. So I feel sorry for you. I don't know if you ain't filed no taxes or nothing. I don't think they gonna give it to you though. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. But I guarantee you, I think I said that too when I seen it. I said, oh shit. I said, I can't, I ain't looking for it just like that, but I ain't gonna lie. I can't wait for it to come. The day it come, I'm gonna be happy as hell. Good looking out. I ain't no Trump supporter. I ain't no Elon Musk supporter or none of that. But I said, okay, that was a good thing they doing right there. Money coming back from the Treasury and all kind of shit, bro. I said, that's dope. I gotta ask all of you, has doing psychedelics made all of you believe in afterlife more? Yeah, ain't no afterlife. It made me. It ain't even made me. Life just don't stop. I don't think it's an afterlife, but I think life just don't stop. I don't even look, because it's crazy, right? Because when we start putting different names on these things, it puts it in a different category. So like if you say afterlife, it makes it seem like it's a life after this one that's going to be different from this one. No, life is one same thing and it's forever. It lasts forever. It doesn't stop. So even when it seems like it stopped for a person here, it doesn't. Life goes on for everybody. It's like we kind of live forever in the sense of the mind or the sense of whatever we want to call it, bro. But it kind of go on forever because like death is just like death is just a reflection of life. So it's like if death is a reflection of life, that means death don't even exist. That means life don't exist. Life and death don't even exist. It's not even really a thing. It's something that, we put a name on because, we couldn't understand it. Like Exile said, man, that's why I always bring this up, man. Whenever you put things in the box, you label it. And when you label it, you fit it for that label. But if death is a reflection of life, you feel me? And neither one of them exists, that means this is not even really happening. So whatever this is that's not happening is always going. It's always happening. It's gonna stay happening. And the you that you created over time, there's no reason for the you that you created over the little time you was here to keep on being. It ain't no reason for the true life stories that I think that I am to exist forever or stay around forever. Like that, to me, it don't make sense no more. I remember it did, you feel me? I remember it was a time to where I felt like, yeah, like me, like what I am, but I wanted to exist forever. But then it's like, nah, bro, the you that you think, this is some shit that you made up within the little lifespan that you was here, and you called it you. They called you Justin. They said your name Justin and whoop de whoop and all this, and then you begin to build this little aspect of yourself. But that you right there, it's almost like a PlayStation game, right? You feel me? The PlayStation games, they never die. What do? They keep evolving. They keep changing. They change and they take other forms, but they never die. Like even the PlayStation, it went from PlayStation to all the way to PS5, you feel me? It went from GTA, San Andreas, and all these different ones, all the way to where now they coming out with a GTA 6, and it's like everything kind of do that, bro. Don't nothing die. It just transform. It just change. It changed, and we just, that change that it does for a human, we called it death. You feel me? Oh wait, hold on, Shiva. You ain't supposed to do this right now, Shiva. Let me come into the chat. Let me come into the Discord, Shiva. I'm like, you ain't supposed to do this, bro. You about to talk this one. you ain't about to be reading the chat and then try to type back. You feel me? No, explain that shit. Explain what you saying and break it down.
Dosed. So death is super safe. It's probably the safest thing we'll do in life.
Yeah.
It's like evaporating, like taking off some clothes, like shoes that are too small for you.
And I think it's like, I feel like a lot of people are scared of what death is because, all these different things that we like kind of sort of made it into. But like he said, like I clearly understand that when you said, that's the best way to put it. When you said death is super safe. Death is super, super safe. Like, I look at it like this. I was telling my mom that the other day. I was like, man, I said, death is the best thing. Like, all that shit you've been carrying your whole life. Like, all that, like all the pain, the heartache, the repercussions of life, of different things that you was doing, all the, the scariness, man, you get to let go of all of that. The body is the thing that's experiencing those things. It's not even you. So once the real you releases the body, it gets to be all the things, all the greater things. Oh, good looking out. Master Creator, you good looking out. Master Creator, like I said, always donating. Man, you hear this microphone though, huh? This microphone sound potent. Hey, good looking out though, Master Creator. Thanks, bro. Like I said, just when everybody usually donate, I try to put it back into this right here. Unless I'm doing bad, you feel me? Unless I'm doing bad, I'm gonna go pay some bills, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't trying to hear that shit. But if I ain't got no bills and shit to pay, I'm putting that shit right back into here. But Yeah, like I was saying, like Exile was saying, the death thing, bro. It's like it's kind of dope because you get to kind of let go of this right here and what you think this is. You get to let go of all that fuckery that you grabbed and you held on to, and you said life is this, life is messed up, life is fucked up, life is all these different things, bro. And watching everybody else pain and carrying everybody else's pain and carrying your own pain, bro. You get to let go of all that because it's not even you carrying it. It's the body that's carrying it.
Right.
When the body gets hurt, the body hurts and the body feels pain. The thing that's in there that's making the body what it is, that real aspect of you, he said, yeah, it's crisp. I'm telling you, I told him as soon as he said it, I said, man, I'm just going to buy a microphone. I'm about to go buy a microphone. And then I start looking at the microphones and I'm going, damn, I want it to sound better. And I start looking at mixers and different shit. And I say, okay, I had to watch a lot of videos to get the right shit. But yeah, okay, yeah, no, but go ahead, Exile. He said, you spitting. Hey, we always spitting, bro. And it's crazy because we get in fear of death because these are the things that we done spread over time. But it's wild because that's the experience that the body kind of wants to feel at the time that it's feeling it. Because everybody, like, this is one of the things that we spread to everybody. Like I said, like a long time ago, like whenever we see somebody pass away, like it hurts. It hurts because it seems like that person is not there no more. That you can't turn and call that person. And you know, my uncle, all the ones close to me that passed. It's not a day go by I don't think about them. But at the same time, I'm going, whatever that is. You feel me? I can't wait to get there. You feel me? Like, you figure waking up and not waking up, and then you ain't got to worry about paying no more bills. You ain't got to worry about feeding this body no more. You ain't got to worry about your knee hurting no more. You feel me? Once you just jump out this damn car, you feel me? You be got to go get your car, got to go get an oil change. You got to keep putting water in it. You got to do all these goddamn things. And then one day you ain't got to do it no more. I feel like that's the best thing ever. That's the best transition ever, to not have to put up with this no more. To be able to let this go. You feel me? Like, which I know a lot of people on psychedelics, we did this to where you popped out of your body. And when you popped out of your body, you can't feel your body no more. You can't feel your ideas no more. You look at your body and your body look like it's just carrying a gang of shit like a garbage truck or something. It's just carrying all the bullshit in the world. And you like going, damn, that's why they always had the dude, they got the sculpture with the dude holding the world on his shoulders. Because that's what it damn near feel like every day. And you taking in all this shit, it feel like every single person is standing there with the world on their shoulders.
Yeah, the things that we identify with. Sometimes we don't realize that we're looking in the mirror in a way.
Yeah.
Like all the things outside of us are actually inside of us. And we'll try to hold on. We'll try.
Yeah,
like
try to hold on.
Grabbing a magic marker, going up to the mirror, and then trying to paint the face on the mirror when that thing's constantly changing.
It's constantly changing, but you like when you really think about it, bro. Like I think a lot of people don't understand. Like what we don't understand is we're not even carrying our ideas. We're not even carrying our beliefs. We're not even like the body. Like the same thing. Like the body is not us. All these ideas and shit that we believe ain't us either. All this shit was given to us. It was already here when our body got here. That shit was already here. And then they gave it to us and said, this is how you supposed to feel in this situation. When you feel pain, you're supposed to feel hurt. Oh, remember a long time ago, Exile, we was talking about the little Asian girl that fell off her bike and she was about to start crying and she turned and looked at her daddy and he turned his head. But he was looking at her out the corner of her eye. What did she do? She was about to cry, and she looked at him again. He wasn't looking. You feel me? She got up and she started riding her bike, but he was teaching her that, you feel me, you don't have that pain, you don't have to accept it as being pain. You don't have to accept it as being hurt. You feel me? I'm not saying it's not, because at times it's okay to be hurt, but you don't got to live in it. And like that, he was teaching her a valuable lesson, because like when kids fall, the first thing we do is go, "Oh my God," and we go and we try to baby them, and they don't even be hurt. But this is some things that we taught each other over time. Over time, we taught to be a certain way, and then we carry the feelings, and then we walk around feeling like our parents, or feeling like our grandparents, or feeling like all the ones that came before us. And it's like, bro, we really don't have to. But
Right.
we don't have a choice, really, if you think about it, because that's all we know. That's why
Well,
I'm just saying.
you're reminding me of like going to a funeral where everybody's sad. Well, what are you exactly sad for? Like, why? What's causing the sorrow? That you're not going to see that person anymore?
Yeah,
Or, or are you trying to hold on to something? That's the idea I was talking about. Trying to paint something on the mirror, is we try to hold on to the past, and that's a good. You're right. It's a good lesson that the father is teaching the daughter. Because sometimes we get shackled, or we shackle ourselves
and
to the past. The past, you know, vibration, the past
yeah,
experience. Let me try to expect. Let me try
unify.
to have that experience no matter what. When
Yeah,
it's we're constantly streaming downstream. We're going left stream, right stream. We're just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
and you
Like,
know what's crazy? Cause look, like Unified, Sanctified came in and said, "Peeps way too sensitive, need to man up." Look, you know what's crazy? The people that went against the grain and manned up, what did they get? They get the man. You need to not be like that. You feel me? You need to be sad with everybody else. What you doing? They make it seem like okay, if you don't look at death or look at certain things the way that they look at it or accept it the way they do, they make you seem like you wrong. You begin to be the
right,
outsider. You feel me?
right.
So it's like like when they said this shit is an act and everybody is playing it, they is not lying. Because it's like when this happens, this how we all gotta act. People be practicing on crying and shit. How they gonna cry before they get there? And then we all got to act that way. And if you're not acting that way, then they're going to say, "Hey, man, did you see that? Look, you feel me? Unified, he wasn't even crying. He don't even care that Pops died or that Whoopty Whoop died. He don't even care." And it's like, no, that's not it. I just look at life differently now.
Right.
The people's that
And
bodies.
it takes some kind of, self expansion, and that's what psychedelic means. It's literally psyche and delios. The etymology is to expand your mind. You
Yeah,
can have mind expanding conversations. You can have mind expanding hamburgers. You could have mind expanding fucking jobs, or meditation, or a bunch of these things can just,
what's up, Kamala?
because either it's our mind or body that
The elderly.
is based in this memory, right?
Yeah,
If my cells didn't know how to replicate, then I might not have a liver cell that replicates. I might have a spine cell, but it's in my liver, so then it causes some kind of confusion or confliction. So it's good that things have memory. I think that not necessarily labeling it as good or bad, just seeing what we can do with it, that can definitely change, because
yeah,
you start to expand. At first you start to say, hey, no, all that's the all religion, and eating meat, and sports and organized industrial, you start to become the rebel, rage against the machine. But then you see that that's another category as well that you're putting yourself into. It's how we, I don't think over time, my experience is that things aren't a certain way inherently. We give the thing a certain way. We give something that has no meaning, we give it meaning. And that's a beautiful thing though, too.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is,
It's not
but but
uh,
what I'm learning, right? I'm learning to sit back and observe now. You feel me? Not like not be so quick to jump in and just throw a thought out there because of my ideas or what's happening at the moment. It's like I
right.
like to kind of sit back and observe, not just the young people, the kids, the babies, my grandkids and stuff like that, but the older ones also. Because then you start seeing the game that reality is actually playing, and you start seeing the act that everybody putting on. And it's like, but you got to sit back and you got to watch it at times. You can't just call it out all the time for what it is. Because if you call it out, motherfuckers get mad. They get mad at you when you call out the act and you go, man, I don't want to act like that. I don't want to. They like, man, you fucking up the damn movie.
Like
Like,
you're
what?
yelling at the movie.
Yeah, like Master Creator was saying earlier, man, you breaking character. What are you doing? Every time somebody break character, and be like, what's the one dude you had me go look at a long time ago, Exile, the one he'd just be talking to the news anchor and then he'd start making fortin noises and shit.
What?
Yeah,
I don't
he
remember.
was like had the long beard and shit, looked like a old modern day Jesus or something, but he be out there fucking looking homeless, but he not. Then he was talking to the camera lady and he just started making farting noises and everybody like, this motherfucker crazy. No, he's not the character everybody expect him to be. And it's like once you step outside of character, man, they be like, man, they try to pull you back in fast. Hey, man, put the mask back on. What the fuck? Like on Rick and Morty, like, what the fuck are you doing? Put the mask back on. Like, this is a show. Also said something about 2D using Earth as a portal to ascend to the higher dimensions, like a bridge. Uh, yeah, it's
Yeah,
like we all wear masks.
Earth is a good foundation, jump off point. Everything is really a portal or a permission slip. It's based on how we're using it though. Going back to things aren't inherently a way, we give them their meaning. So a pencil or a song,
Exactly.
grass, lawnmowers, anything can kind of be this jump off point to then give you a greater understanding of,
Only thing.
there's this um, Zen, a story in Zen where this young, I think he was like 8 or 10 years old. Uh, he went into uh, the the Zen school and he was, talking to the teacher, and the teacher
Go there.
asked him a question. And he put up
Yeah.
his first finger, his first index finger, and that was the answer to the story. But after a while, after going to these classes, he always had his finger up, and so he would always answer with his finger, the finger like the right index finger. And the story goes, uh, called him in the class this other time, and then he asked him a question. He put up his finger, and the Zen master cut it off. And at that point, he realized what the fuck was going on immediately. So sometimes, yeah, we can have these realizations through so many different things.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can follow somebody without really knowing what we're following.
Socrates the
It
one
really takes somebody
said
who's
that.
been to that level or who's operating at that level, right? Because you don't go to a dentist who has crappy teeth. You don't.
No, you don't. He said, I didn't know Socrates said was the one said that. The only thing that I know is that I know nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, I'm gonna tell you, bro, that was like one of my dopest psychedelic experiences is when I figured out that I didn't know shit and I was happy with it. And I was like, you feel me? Like, I don't know shit. I don't know shit. I'm like, well, but this shit feel good. I'm glad I don't know. I don't want to know shit. Knowing is a burden in itself. Because then
Right.
when you think you know, you got to walk around and you got to protect what you know like it's in the safe. And you feel me? And you don't want nobody to break in the safe and change what you think you know. So it's like you got to protect that shit. That shit is a burden. Walking around trying to
Right.
protect a religion, or you feel me? Like, I was watching a video last night because remember when Billy Carson had the debate with the West dude,
Okay.
and then everybody was back in West. I watched
Okay.
I watched the video. Man, I should have did a reaction to that video because they kind of broke it down like in a more in depth, not choosing sides like type thing, and going saying, okay, both of them was kind of right, but Billy Carson was like right in a lot of things that he was saying, you know, and West was basically trying to put him on the spot. Like, well, have you read the Enuma Elish? Have you read this? Can you just quote it out right now? And it's like, motherfucker, no, I can't. I read it, but it's you like I can't remember all the shit right now. But it was like a dope video because they was like putting it in perspective, and they were saying some of the people that homeboy was quoting, saying, okay, you need to go read this, and they was like, you know, going over the steps, like say, oh yeah, that guy, he was a what's his name in war, he wasn't even on this over here, and it was like, bro, you feel me? It's crazy how the narrative, how a person can come in and change the narrative of a story and make it right, because it's like once you got a belief, you have to protect it. So say if I believe in Christianity, the only thing I'm going to look for out in the world is what makes me believe, what makes what I believe stronger. That's it.
Right.
I'm not going to look too much further than that. You feel me? The only thing I'm going to look for is what makes this belief I have stronger. Dang, man. I got to, mama, I got to call you back. I'm busy. But no, yeah. Alex Jones and Jimmy Dory interview. Good. Listen, talk about AI implants, your boss, and phones able to reach your brain waves, psychedelics. I think you might like it as a listen. Bro, oh my God, don't even get me started. Don't get me started on the phone. We've been knowing that shit, Con. We remember we was talking about that shit a long time ago. Cause we'd be talking about something, and then you'll go to your phone and shit, you'll type 2 fucking letters on Google and it'll tell you just what you was damn near talking about. Like, look, it's right here. And I'm like going, what the fuck? I've been doing that. Like your phone is supposed to do that. Like I feel like your phone is an extension of you, and that's all it is. Like nobody wants to believe or accept that, but your phone is nothing but an extension of you. Your car, your vehicle is nothing but an extension of you. Your body is no different than your phone and your car. It's just an extension of the you that you think you are within there. These are just extensions, so they're going to play the part that we need them to play. That's what I feel like, bro. You feel me? Like even with AI is nothing but everybody's mind in one. Everybody's ideas all in one place at one time. That's what AI is to me. AI is nothing more than that. I'm talking about not just our ideas, but the ideas of everybody and everything, every person that came before us. Every person, all ideas, books, movies, or whatever, all in one place at one time. Even when it's off. Hell yeah, that shit is always listening. He said, good to hear from you, Kai. Let's see, supposedly without it even listening, it can interact off your thoughts. Yeah, it's supposed to. That's what that shit's supposed to do, bro. Like your phone is an extension of you. It's supposed to work with you. It's programmed to do the things that you need it to do. And that motherfucker do that and it go above and beyond. Cause like I said, you can be like right now, I can be talking about, dang, I need to find another car. And then as soon as I open up Google, it'll have cars for sale. And then, you know, like the one thing that I started to see too also is like every app in your phone, it collects information. It collects data. So it collects data from every other app that you're using. So you can be using one app looking for something, and you can close it, and you can go to another app and open that up, and you start looking and or playing a game or something, and the commercials be commercials from the shit that you was looking at on the last app. It's like all the apps are connected or a part of each other. In order, yeah, go ahead.
I was looking on Indeed for a job, and then on Instagram it started giving me like job ideas.
Yeah. It start hitting you with job ideas. Then you start having motherfuckers call you out the blue. Hey, I heard you need a job. Like, how the fuck you get my number? Don't worry about that. I heard you need a job. You know what you need to do? That should be hella funny to me, though. That should be hella funny to me. But I'm like going, that's the way we built that shit to be. We can't, like it ain't no reason to complain about it because that's what we built it to be. We built it to be just that. Tap in,
Yeah,
Shiva.
AI is going to be like a you ever hear like mediums or channelers like that dude Bashar Darryl Anka? He's basically channeling something that has more information than this local body does. So that's all the AI is going to be able to do as well. Just like you were saying, it's gathering every single thought or experience or cause and effect.
Yeah. But the cool thing about AI too though is it's programmed too with the ideas also that the person that made it, the ones that made it, it weighs heavy on their ideas towards them. It don't weigh towards the ideas of everybody. Like they don't leave it open like that to where you ask it something and it be able to tap in anywhere. It's like no, it got to keep it in a certain perspective of what the person that made that shit believe and accept. And like that's the one thing that started to kill me about AI. That's why I stopped using that shit. I said because you start asking it questions, but the dope thing about like Meta AI, like you can have these conversations with Meta AI, and Meta AI lean towards their beliefs, but you can explain to it how you feel about it, and Meta AI will be like, oh shit, like I didn't look at it that way. So it's like learning at the same time. It's learning to be itself, but also to be you and understand you. It's like fucking crazy as shit. It's the dopest thing, man. See, he said always. Khan said it's always nice to tap in. Shiva, he said you guys always a good listen. I hope it ain't too hot out there. It's always hot in AC. It's so hot out there, they be trying to spread the heat to some of us. Here, take some of this. Butterfly effect. Oh, okay, yeah. He said, yo, Mr. Nobody is about the butterfly effect and the different parallels of one's reality. It's random, but I noticed I had to tell you after watching it. Yeah, that shit is crazy because he went through every aspect of it. He went from going, okay, I'm gonna accept it this way, to going, okay, I'm gonna accept it this way, to where I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm gonna just let it do what it do. Or no, I'm gonna just make and decide what I want to do, and I'm gonna just do it. And he did it every which way, bro. And it was like crazy because it didn't matter how he did it. I think he kind of seen that it was just kind of doing itself. So even when he wanted to go back and he wanted to change shit, like it's crazy, bro. That movie is crazy. That's a good watch. Modern AI will be sentient soon. Watch, but they already have it, just not for a public. Oh yeah, they already got that shit sitting back somewhere using it. Oh, you know what's crazy because Exile. You know what's funny? Right? Because we talk about AI, and we got to understand, right? A lot of times, shit be around already. It just wasn't called AI back in the days. It's been around forever. Like we seen this motherfucker. We seen Star Trek way back in the day, and the ship was an AI generated ship, and it was always, hey Captain, this, and this. They're talking to AI on the ship, and AI is taking them places, telling them different things. AI been around for the longest. We just didn't call it that before.
Right.
What did they even call it on Star Trek? They had a
I don't
different
know.
name for it.
You made me think of the holodeck where they went into this like, the room is only so big, but it's like got this black and yellow grid pattern. But then when they activate the pattern, then they're they're on a ship in the middle of the ocean, or
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, like the tricorder where they hold up a certain device and it can read the whole body and see what's wrong with it.
Yeah, yeah. They
I think
man.
they say that science fiction precludes or is like a precursor for science fact, um, because part of us in an exploratory kind of sense is always reaching towards the next step. Um, the guy who made up the periodic table got the vision from a dream that he had about an angel gave it to him. I forget what his name was, but yeah, we're all we're doing with science is we're trying to make things repeatable and independently verifiable. Like
Yeah, yeah. He
science
said.
can be another religion, but all we're doing is, if you do this, this is going to happen. Kind of like yoga.
And it's wild because we make science out to be this other thing that's like kind of going against humanity, but it's like we're people, so every one of us, just like we have different religious beliefs, we all have different skills. So Exile might be good at computers, so like every day, you feel me? That's all he's working on is how to better a computer, how to make a computer better. And then me, I might just be working on building houses. And every day go by, like when I'm working and building houses, I'm getting better and better and better at upgrading them, and constantly upgrading them and updating them and making them better, making them more sturdy, adding more rooms, adding a better water system, adding a better heating system. It's like the same thing. You got certain people that just work on certain things and been working on it their whole life. You feel me?
Right.
Which is like kind of dope to me. But he said, could it be that the mind is potent enough to make fiction reality? If you look up levitating back in the day, it was common. Think this is how the pyramid was built. Yeah, we talked about that too a long time ago about the one guy that had the little cone shaped things. Remember Exile? And
Right. And his hands.
yeah, he was lifting up he was having them deliver the fucking big ass stones, and he was taking them off by himself, and nobody couldn't understand how he was doing it. And I think somebody seen it and was like, what the fuck? This motherfucker got these little stones and shit, using vibration to lift these stones, big ass stones. And it's like,
Yeah, Coral Castle.
yeah, yeah. That's wild, bro. Because certain things like that, it's like weird that it'll be something that they even knew, but they still keep it away from what we would call the public. Like that was one of the things that
Right.
dude and them was talking about. Like at the time when they were talking about the gods and different things like that, and only kings could become gods. So it was like, it was always a hierarchy. It was always a separation from, okay, these ones knew more because they had this information, but they kept it away from the ones over there because they, that's the easiest way to control them and keep them under wraps. You feel me? Give them this. You feel me? Give them rice cakes, and they won't know that the rice cakes came from rice. I'm just you go and be like, hey, them, you can make them yourself with rice. No, you can't. No, you can't. It's impossible. It's impossible to do that.
Well, what that dude said too is very important because a lot of us can do that, is organize our energies in such a manner that we bring the imaginary to life through there's a bunch of different ways to do that, but if you focus your energies enough,
Oh
you'll start to
damn,
make
God.
that imagination, that dream, a reality, uh, which then begs the question: where is the imagination or dream coming from? Is it an etheric field that is always available that you're just pulling possibilities from? Does the time matter? Which where you, I mean, because you had that dream in a specific time. Does does that thing always exist and you're just pulling from the potentials or the possibilities from it? Uh, is very interesting.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. It's like it's always because it didn't existed in us within everybody for so long. But that good Kamalan brought up a good point too, right here. Man, I be trying to read y'all comments, man. Y'all be shooting them motherfuckers all over the place. I be trying to grab them, and like I skip some, I apologize, but I'm just saying because we talking at the same time. That's why we be sharing the Discord to say, bring your ass in Discord. Don't be typing all this long ass shit. I ain't got my glasses on and I'm trying to read the shit. But Khan said they was mapping out the dimensions on DMT trips, DMT drips in the 60s and 70s, supposedly, and stopping people's hearts so they could get a glimpse of the afterlife, allegedly. Man, I wouldn't doubt it, bro. They was doing so many different experiments back then. I would not doubt it. I would not doubt it. I think, and I be feeling like that now. Is like all the people that are doing psychedelic videos on psychedelics, they don't need to even have experiments no more because they like the people is experimenting with it themselves. So if they take all this information and put it with the information they already got the shit mapped out. It's like, oh, because they already got all the shit they did. And now, you know, it done reached the people. Now, all we got to do is kind of watch them because, you feel me, this is how we going to even learn more because we got people that from all different walks of life diving in on this thing and finding out and
Right.
seeing these certain things.
Yeah, we're all as advanced as each other, just in different areas. So we come together and make that stone soup, like the story, and then we can make something that's possibly greater than all the parts combined.
Yeah.
And Khan was talking about the dance. So in front of CERN, there was some kind of conspiracy theory saying that, oh, CERN's doing this, doing that because they have Shiva Nataranja. Shiva Nataranja, I think it's called, is where Shiva's dancing, and he's got one foot standing on somebody, but then he's dancing with, um, and there's a circle around him. So when Shiva dances, that's he creates the whole universe from that dance.
Just from that
So looking
dance.
at in a particle physics, yeah, also look into Shiva and Shakti. You might look into how like the stories, because these are dielectrics. They it's a sorry, so much information's coming through at
No,
the
no,
same
because
time.
what you saying though, look, what you saying is 100% because that's I was just talking about this the other day, Shiva, when they was asking me about my craziest experience on psychedelics, and when I was saying when me and Master Creator and them was out there, like I don't know, ISIS. I'll say ISIS, dude, the ISIS
Right,
wing character putting their hand over their eye and just moving it is life happening. It's this
right,
life happening. Like
right,
one movement of them is my whole life, my whole lifespan. It's just one movement of them. And like I seen it again, you know, when I seen it was like pitch darkness and then it was like a little like oval shaped of a city in pitch darkness, bro. And I'm the buildings was tall and everything, and I'm watching these buildings. I'm watching cars drive up the street and everything. I'm seeing this little fucking city from every aspect, and then part of it moved. It like moved and like come to find out the city was built on these three feminine entities that were all standing close together. And like when one of them moved, it was crazy how the city kind of digitized, like right at the spot where it like broke away to where you could see the curve of their body, and it went up and then it fell back in place. And like in my mind, I don't know what character I was playing, but I was like kind of angry because I was going, hey, like you not supposed to be moving. You're supposed to stand in place so this right here thing can happen. You're not supposed to move right there because you know it's gonna mess up the city that's happening. It was like a fucking crazy ass trip, bro. But I feel like that too. I feel like on a greater scale of things, there's something bigger. There's some other entities that's way more bigger than us that's existing, that's doing something that we don't see. You feel me? Just like the little particles that live on our body or whatever. You feel me? They don't
Right.
see that we're moving around and doing what we doing.
Right. And sometimes there's an instant translation, but most of
Yeah,
the
no,
time, these
it's
older
personal
stories, these mythical stories, like I was pointing on to Shiva and Shakti. If you look back at the origination
What's
of
up, Big
how
Shield?
Shiva was lying down, and then Shakti,
Pass
which
that
is an
blunt.
aspect of Shiva, moved around him 3.5 times. Well, that's telling you a certain thing about how this existence actually is. So most of these stories mean two things. It's not just one. You know, we hear about the Bible, we hear about all these whatever stories in the past, and
Yeah.
it's actually there's a hidden, not really hidden, but it's there for people who can see it. You, you've got to look a little bit. Sometimes you got to look a little bit deeper than the face value thing.
Hey, that's
And
true.
so
Because when we
so,
was when we was talking the other day, and we was talking about somebody said, I think it was Awoken one said, so then how do you think this got created? And it's like, bro, think about how many creation stories is out there. Which one do you believe? Take that one and accept that one. It's like you got these
yeah,
ones over here that say it was all on the back of a turtle. You got these ones that say it was created like this. There's many creation stories out there. Many of them.
yeah. You want me? So you asked me a question. So then you want me to tell you in more words that don't describe shit.
Yeah,
You're just making the
cats for
meanings
sure.
in your head when I'm talking. Like if I was going to start talking Russian, you have no idea what the hell I'm saying. So you're making the meanings inside your head. So part of that is, yeah, we're all pointing at each other and saying, I can't give you what you already have. But then sometimes we have this way of, I don't know, relating somebody to get to a certain goal. But then we hold on to that goal to see, hey, this I'm going to do this thing for the rest of my life. No, you're not accepting what's next. What possibilities could you're kind of closing yourself off, not being receptive. So that's part of this thing. I mean, everything comes at the perfect time, I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Regardless of if
Wow.
we're available to see it, and
Wow.
sometimes we might have a chance to see that again, because really it's all happening within us.
Yeah,
The
it's all.
outside
Yeah, all of it. That look,
is
he's.
just
Do you? I know you seen because I seen you answer Justin in there, and Justin went on to say nobody has come back from dying for more than a week. No, nobody has ever come back from dying, bro. Ever. If you dead, you dead. If you came back, if you came back, that means you wasn't dead. And like that, I always felt like that. I said, "Damn," because the ones that died and that they went, their body didn't deteriorate. It wasn't no coming back. When you dead, you dead. Ain't no I was dead for 3. If your heart stopped beating, that don't mean you're dead. That don't mean that your body is dead. If you come back here, you was not dead. You was
uh,
hibernating. You was hibernating or something, but you wasn't dead, bro. Because it's
yeah.
impossible.
And there's many stories. There's many firsthand accounts of people, younger kids, who point to where their murderer was, or they say a certain thing that they never could have freaking known.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, there is no death is a fiction. Death is There's just life, life, and life.
Life,
Uh,
life, and life.
we don't say that when a lake evaporates, we don't say it died. No, it just changed into a cloud. And then we don't say the cloud died when it rains. No, it's just raining. So
A Booker
our,
once
our
said exactly what you said. You can come back in a different body though, but hey, that last body is dead and gone. But just like Exile said, that little boy came back. He said, man, I know what happened. He said, man, where's my other mother? He said, man, is not my first mother. You my second mother. My other mother was this, 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 and this. And they went and found the other people and where they was from and shit. Like it was, remember the one lady that died, that the one little boy that was like, man, I was a black woman and I died in a fire. And then they went and looked it up and they found that place and found that lady that died in that fire.
right.
Every
That's
So we have
trippy.
certain
I need to check
certain
myself
things that
about it.
yeah,
we came here to experience or to express or to embody or to go through. And it's going to be a little bit different from even twins, right? Twins are a little bit different, or quadruplets, or however many. The same kids growing up from the same mom and dad are a little bit different. We've all got these little bit, and then sometimes we don't look at those things that make us unique and act like those are strengths because of that generality of, hey, everybody's got to do this one thing, everybody's got to do that one thing. So understanding what your gifts are, how you see the world, it's okay to be unique.
yeah,
It's actually one of the greatest strengths that you have is to have your experience. You wouldn't. So going back to Justin Boyle, you can't not exist. We exist. And so you can't go to non-existence because non-existence is already full of all the things that don't exist. There's no more room for anything there. So
it,
exist you simply can't do that.
yeah, but it's I think like if you actually pay attention to the patterns of life, like you can see the same thing happening not just with us but even with technology. Okay, like when we think of cars, everybody don't drive the same type of car. Everybody like a different type of car. So it's like the vehicle of the body is no different than these other things, because these other things are nothing but a reflection of what we are. So when you see a Samsung TV, then you see a Panasonic, then you see a TLC, then you see all these different kind of TVs, but they all do the same thing. It's the same with the
Right.
body. You got all these different bodies around. They all do the same thing, but they all have their different standouts, their different capabilities. They a little different in certain ways. They're just vehicles. They're not to be taken. That's why when y'all do the meditation, Exile, you go, I am not the body, I am not the mind, because I am not these thoughts, I am not this body. Now when you go,
Right.
when your car break down and that motherfucker don't work no more, you just go get another car. You don't even think about it. You be like, oh shit, the engine's froze up. I'm gonna go get another vehicle. And that's the same thing with the body. Like whatever in there, once this one goes away, it go get another one. It don't even
Right.
think about it. But the
Yeah, based
body,
on what, but the body what?
no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say based on the experiences that you could either call it the soul, the spirit, the consciousness, awareness, uh, call it a bunch of different things, but based on what that soul, spirit, consciousness wants to experience to add to its like whatever it's trying to do, whatever it's going on, it will go and find another suitable uh, vehicle to have
Yeah.
that experience. That's like the template, right? Like, of course, when you get a Ford Focus, it might not be able to go to 130, but if you do some things to it, you might be able to get that to 130, or you might put some
Exactly.
off road tires
Exactly.
on it, go off road. Like,
Hey, it's kind of
So
trippy because like even with like what you were saying about the young kids that came and said they remember their other lives. You even had kids that came and remembered that they chose their parents to come through their parents and have that life experience with their parents. And like a lot of us, like even I had this on psychedelic experience to where I seen myself choose choose my parents and go, that's who I'm gonna come through right there. You feel me, for the
right,
experience or whatever I wanted to have when I was here. And then when you think about it, it's different. It's so many different levels to you. That's why I don't like no more calling myself human, because I think we're beyond human. We so many different things more than what the so-called human is, and we don't see all these aspects. When you accept that you're human, you don't see all these other aspects of you. It's like it makes it impossible to see. That don't exist. The only thing that exists is the me that's here right now. But there's so many
right.
different aspects of yourself and different layers to yourself. I'm talking about from, like, even if you think of the body having the different layers that start from the bone that go all the way up to the skin, it's like an infinite amount of layers. And then that's the same thing with the us that we think we are. It's so many different layers. It's spiritual you, it's the physical you, it's the godly you, it's the non-godly you. It's like all these different layers to the self, to this thing that we are. That they need to change the name. I'm just saying they need to change the name. It need to not be human no more, because we are aliens. We are big chill aliens for reals.
Well, it's like identifying with something. Go back to the beginning. It's identifying with something that's limited, and part of us, or maybe the essential part of it, is always looking to expand beyond all boundaries. But see, the paradox in that is that we would not have an experience without having boundaries.
Yeah.
So it's how we're using that, not necessarily um, it's good or bad. It's just how are we using these limitations to see that, oh, actually I'm limitless. Actually, there are no bound. There's no there's no line in the sand between California and Arizona. We just made it like that.
Hey, hey, that invisible line we made though, that motherfucker work.
U.S. and Mexico, all these is we live in subjectivity. UL's coming to mind. Uh, it's really amazing to
30.
have this experience, and so there is an option for people to have a Buddha nature, a Jesus nature, a Gandhi nature, a Hitler nature. General Mao from China. All these different people have different things to live out and feel that that's the right way to do the thing. Well, then we get these rules and laws and speculations and uh, generalities on things. Well, who am I? Who ultimately, if I'm the one standing in front of the mirror and the mirror doesn't smile unless I smile, right? I can't.
Yeah.
if I'm all torn up and bent and bleeding, I'm not going to put bandages on the mirror. No, I'm going to put bandages on myself. So
You
you
and
take some.
I like the way that you said that, because again, like when me and Master Creator then went to Joshua Tree, that was my experience right there. To sum it all up is, why are you trying to fix the man in the mirror? You feel me? You're trying to change what you see in the mirror. You're not actually trying to change the you that is you. You're looking in the mirror trying to change your reflection. And it's like that's not even working on yourself, or the self
Right.
that is whatever this is. You're trying to change that reflection that you see, and that reflection you trying to change it because everybody outside of you look at it and say, hey man, that's not right. You feel me? You got on the wrong color today. Like a dude stopped me and said I had on a Raider shirt. You feel me? And he go and like I'm not a Raiders fan, so like when he approached me and was like, "Hey man, I see you a Raiders fan," I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Uh,
He like, "Man, come over here and talk to me." You trying to sell something? Like, come over here and talk to me. I see you a Raiders fan. I forgot I had on a Raiders shirt because I ain't a Raiders fan. I like the Raiders, but I'm not a Raiders fan, so it went over my head. I'm just saying. but but it's that image that that we were given, that image that said you have to be like this or you have to be like that, because that's one thing that we talked about a long time ago that I was saying is like, now when I see people and I talk to people, I don't even look at the outside of them. I look at that inner being that I know that I am. And that's the thing that I talk to, because if I talk to them that I'm looking at, it's a false representation of what they are, the way
right.
they're dressed, or because they got on a big gold chain, or they this or they that. You feel me? That's the false representation of them, and it's not them. So when you talk to people, it's like you have to talk to that inner them, that inner entity, that same thing that you are. That you can't change. You kind of can, because we do that. we do
Well,
that.
it's just like pointing. I can't give you something that you already have. I can point to it, and I can make a song and a dance and whatever, like. But until you start incorporating or look at that thing or acknowledge the truth that is inherently within you, then you're living, or we're all living, some kind of lack or some kind of void or some kind of something that doesn't really make sense because we haven't included ourselves
Yeah.
the fundamental nature of, because everything's revolving around me right now.
Yep.
I am the center of the universe in my universe. I can say how, oh, this yada 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 yada, but the spine is sitting up straight, and there's a bulbous
That's a good
thing
one,
at the
Con.
skull at the top, and everything's. I stand in the sunlight, and the sunlight reflects my shadow to go straight through whatever, and it looks like the sun's shining on me. Well, we can stand next to each other, and now the sun's shining on you evenly as well.
I got experience.
So it's this creation has got it, and however it happens, it's very magical or mystical. It could be very scientific. It could be a whole bunch of different words, but until you look at that thing and have that experience, I mean, there's ways through meditation, psychedelics, or talking, a bunch of different ways to actually break into who you are. Because sometimes I mean, at least in my life, I did live through putting bandages on the mirror for so long
For a
until
long time.
I
I did the same thing. Con got
until
a
I
good
realized.
point. No, go ahead. Let
Go
me
ahead.
let you finish. No, you go ahead till you realize what.
No, yeah, I've got to put the bandages on this one,
Yeah.
not anybody else. I don't gotta fix you. I don't. But that doesn't stop me from offering you things, right? But there's no expectation that you have to do something to be whole or to be fulfilled or to be whatever, fill in the dot. So
Yeah, to be whatever. It ain't like I'm just giving freely because this is what I like to do. But Khan made it. This was a good one. Khan said, "Man, I love that one." Khan. He said, "This is not literal, but let's say, for example, the shadow is a 2D representation, the body is a 3D representation, and the soul is a higher dimension representation of the same
exactly,
thing."
exactly.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. That is crazy. But each one think it's something different.
It's choosing to have the experience to think that it is something different. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. So it's wild because that's three different realities going on right there in itself. Three totally whole different realities going on within itself. I said, man, we are legion.
yeah, we are a part of all that there is. By by definition, we are worthy.
Yeah.
By definition, we exist, and so non-existence can exist. Non-worthiness is not worthy. So I'm automatically worthy, and I mean, that's where we get these ideas, or the ideas exist, of
Yeah.
divinity, or the right way to do things, or fill in the blank. We can start making these laws off the perceptions or experiences that we have, and then say that that's the only way to. It can be said that that's the only way to do it. Well, that's not the only way to do it. There's so many ways. There's Shiva talked about 112 different ways to realize who you are.
It's
One of them is
wild
just
because you start to actually, bro, like, when you sit back and you watch yourself, you start to actually see how powerful you actually are. You are actually the powerful one, because anyone that came before you that you said was the shit, you made them the shit. You the one
right,
that said it. It wasn't nobody. Like, even if somebody came and gave it to you and said Albert Einstein was the best scientist ever, the best whatever, and you accepted it, you were the one that created that, and then you started to follow Albert Einstein because you were the one that made him the best thing ever. You was the one that made Wembanyama the best player in the NBA. You was the one that made Jay-Z the best rapper out there. You are the
right, and you can,
powerful one. The power is coming
right,
from you.
and you can make yourself not worthy by saying that you're not worthy. That's a full experience. The existence, the creation, has given such free will, freedom of choice to every single component of it, that it allows itself to be self detrimental as an
And
experience. Well, let me figure out what's down this road,
so
and you'll.
so
Right,
despite what, everybody's gonna experience what they're gonna experience depending on the individual. Despite what anybody thinks or anybody feels or however you think it should be, everybody's experience is going to be different. That's just
right,
what it is.
right. So release expectations of what should be, because it can't be any other way than it is right now.
Oh wait.
Right now, right now,
Right now.
right
Right now.
now.
Right now.
And all of existence has supported, if we look to the past, that's actually built from the present. But if we look to all the things that have led up to this moment, it can't be any other way than it is right now. Right now.
Right
Right now. And
right
that's
now. Yeah, but we, and I think that be our thing, is like I said, damn man, we not just create the now, but we create different expectations of the now, different perception
right,
of the now.
right,
We make an
right,
infinite amount of them now, 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 all the time. And this is like every day, every moment, every minute, every second. We make an infinite amount of nows, and we make it into what we think it should be. And I said, damn, like, it's crazy because like, even when you say, okay, I like me saying I make it into what I think it should be. No, I don't. I make it into what that person thought it should be. Because each
yeah,
thought or each idea that I'm carrying, they never were mine. They were somebody else's. I just made them mine, and I accepted them in that way, to where it led me down a certain path of seeing things in
right,
this certain way. And that's the
yeah,
scary part. That's the scary part. When you dive in and you see yourself speak, and every word you speak, you can see where you got it from. Like, it speaks in the voice of the person you got it from. Every idea that you say, or that you felt, or that you believed, it's said in the voice of the person you got it from. Bro, that shit scary as shit, because I'm like going, ain't none of the ideas that I have, or none of the beliefs I have, mine. They never were mine. The beliefs were they selves. They
well,
were
yeah.
living out life they self.
The by saying it's mine is saying that there's a boundary. That's what I'm hearing, and not necessarily the way that you might be saying it, but the way that is generally said, that my stuff is inherently separated from anything that is, when there is no separation, right? That person
Yeah.
got it from somebody else. It could be their dreams, their imagination, their memory, could be whatever, whatever. But that doesn't discount it. It just gives it a certain
Ergot.
quality now that I know where to use that tool to then put the house together or put the computer together or, these different. I learned this language. I remember,
Big Chill.
I,
Exile Big
go ahead.
Chill said in the chat, he said, my species don't know fear. Big Chill, you scared of your girl. you scared of your girl. Stop it. She walk in the room right now and be like, if you don't get off that YouTube, I'm okay, babe, I'm getting off now. Bye, y'all.
She
I
the
gotta
reason
go.
why she the reason he ain't on the Discord right now. She said, you can stay in the YouTube chat, but you can't join that Discord. I want to see or hear you on that Discord no more. So chill. All right, baby.
All right, baby. Yeah, because
stay in the chat.
if my girl texts me right now, you being too loud, I'm gonna be like, yeah, y'all, I gotta whisper now. I can't talk that loud.
Fear is a good tool because it allows us to build our courage, allows us to see when things are out of alignment with our true self. And so then I can use a different tool called courage now to overcome that fear, regardless of if there's a gun being pointed at my head. Now I can use my courage to then do what I need to do in that situation. Or if there's a tiger or whatever it is, there's all kinds of different fears, water, being drowned.
Yeah, that's that. I'll be telling my mama, yeah, I'm about to take the kids to the beach. You better be careful about them sharks. Them sharks out there eating people up. It's like we don't go out that far.
Having no fear is probably a detriment because then you're not in communication with the natural, what we're calling the natural world around us.
Yeah.
And yes, this body does want to survive, and fear and disbelief and doubts, all these different negative feelings, we try to affirm them out of us. Oh, I don't want to ever feel like that. I don't ever want. Well, that's just a messenger.
They all
like
play
joy,
a part.
Yeah, joy is a messenger as well, or bliss.
I hate to be laughing about shit, but you ain't lying because fear does help you with a lot of shit. Remember that lady that walked out there with them big ass fucking bulls and she wasn't scared, so she was like, man, no, I just want to be close to him. She kept getting closer and that one just fucking rammed her and threw her and her pants was hanging on his horn.
Bro.
Hey, the one lady that got grabbed by that tiger, I'm like going, yeah, man, fear is fucking a good thing, man. It's a good thing to have.
Right, because we can get into these boundaries and not accepting somebody else's experience because of a certain thing that they think is going to happen to me. Well, until I go and I figure out exactly what that is, taking my internal story, my internal experience as valid, then I'm always living by somebody else's. I'm following the middleman instead of following the source, because all of us are directly connected to source or Allah or Shiva, whatever we want to call that essential thing. But we're manifesting it, we're using it in so many different ways based on the experiences that we've had and that we identify with or we think is true, because we'll always go towards something that we think is beneficial for us. We'll always go away from what we think is not beneficial for us.
Yeah,
so
always.
By looking at those beliefs, looking at because we can only believe something that we don't know. You start pitching from that mound of truth within yourself, then there's nobody that can ever fuck with you. You kind of unfuckwithable. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have certain experiences and people can judge it a certain way if they want. But within yourself, you know what you're doing, what you're saying, or who you're being to be the truth that has always been and always will be. Uh,
So what you think about this? What you think about what Unify said? He said just drop the ego and put everything on the line and you will
nah,
be free. Feeling
nah.
emotion, feeling emotions enslaved to some thoughts is not good place to be. I, I yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like the ego does play a good part in your story. You feel me? The ego is needed at many times. You know, I think that's one of the narratives that was being pushed a while back is, you know, you need to let go of your ego. On psychedelics, that's
Right.
different. When you diving in, yeah, let go of your ego and everything, all your beliefs. But at the same time, you know, you gotta hold on to some of your ego because that motherfucker be saving your life in a lot of different instances.
And that's his job. That's the job of the ego is to keep the physical body intact. And it will
Or
give you belief.
separated.
It will grab on to certain things. And so it goes back to what I was saying earlier that things are basically neutral, that we have the ability to give the ego, we have the ability to give the foot, the hand, the eye, all these different attributes when they're just things that are happening. Um, it's neither good nor bad, but it's really how we're using it that determines if it's going to be beneficial or detrimental. Now, now those are qualities that I'm ascribing to it, but somebody's trash can be somebody else's treasure. So
Yeah,
understanding that exact paradox, there's all kinds of these conflicts. There's all kinds of these paradoxes written into this um, realm or existence or dualistic state that we live in. Not saying that one of them's bad, one of them's good. No, but they're just having certain qualities based on how we're using them. Uh, and that's really all we can do is point to these different things that are options. And it's best when teaching somebody to teach about both,
yeah,
you
unified.
know, fire's hot, but it also can cook your food. You know, you might burn yourself, but you also can feed yourself. So it's really how we're using these things, not necessarily like they have a specific quality.
Yeah, he said, you ever hear Terrence McKenna say to eat 15 grams of mushrooms and keep your eyes shut? Opposite of Jesus saying, put this slave in your eye so that they may be open so you may see. Eagles, man, bro, man, you must ain't seen none of my psychedelic experiences. You feel me? From DMT to 4ACO, and 4ACO was like taking 30 grams of mushrooms, bro. Every time I go in, 90% of the times I dove, I did eyes shut. I don't like to open my eyes when I'm diving in for some reason. But this might be off topic. I was talking to Blake tonight, right, Exile?
Mhm.
And we had went and got some more fish for the fish tank, you know, because they all ate each other. So we put a couple more cichlids in there. And like he was like going, that cichlid right there is pretty big. And I'm like, man, you don't remember when we had the big fish tank? You know, when you was 3, we had a big fish tank and the fish were way bigger than this. And he said, uh, I wasn't conscious yet. I'm like going, damn. I'm like, wait, what? He said, yeah. He said at 3 and 4, he said I wasn't conscious yet. He was like, I was just doing what you know a 3-year-old would do. I wasn't aware of what was going on. I wasn't aware of anything yet. But once my consciousness kicked in, he was like, then I knew I could see shit. And I'm like going, bro, let me stop.
Yeah, some kind of automatic driver. And there might be a general template for that where, and I think it's kind of expanding as we go on or accelerating because kids just seem smarter at a younger age than I remember myself or my
I
peers.
was
You know, grew up around so many people, but
Remember, I
um,
said it a long time ago. I said, like, you don't become conscious. Man, some people don't become conscious until they 30. Some don't become conscious until they 20s. Some don't become conscious until they 10. Some become conscious when they 3, when they 2. Then some just don't become conscious until they 60 or when they on their
right,
deathbed.
right,
It
right.
don't, they don't grasp it. But yeah, these kids is getting smarter and smarter. I was like, bro, you've been messing around with Big Chill too much, okay? It's like get off of Fortnite with Big Chill. But like going back to the closed eye thing, yeah, bro. That's why a lot of my experiences were so profound because I always, let go of my ideas and my beliefs and everything that I thought was, and I kind of let the experience take me with, and I just closed my eyes and like shit. I remember when I first was, I was scared as shit, bro. Like closing my eyes because it always felt like it was taking me somewhere that wasn't here, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to go. Cause it's like I can understand going to another country, but then going into another reality, bro. That shit was scary as shit in the beginning. It was like like you're taking me somewhere I've never been before, and I have to go, and it's like no, 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 no. And then I got to the point to where I was able to close my eyes and just accept it and let it. It didn't matter where it took me. If it took me somewhere ugly or what. And that's what's crazy because after a while, like a lot of people get scared on psychedelics. They get this thing of you get this fear because it be so intense that you don't want to go where the mushrooms take you. You don't really want to go where the DMT take you because you have all these ideas and these things that you're holding on to. But when you do let go, like bro, life does become beautiful when you let go. But it's not like I ain't gonna say it's fully letting go, but it is kind of fully letting go of everything, like your beliefs and your understandings and your ideas and the ideas of everybody. When you fully let go, bro, life becomes so beautiful. It becomes so beautiful. Every moment is like he said, interesting. Every moment is an interesting moment. It don't matter which moment it is, what's happening. If you tied your shoes and your shoes came untied, it was interesting. It's like dope. So I can understand what you're saying. I can understand what you're saying, Unified. I understand what you're saying. And it's a scary thing to do. It's a scary thing to do to let go of that aspect of the ego that have all these different beliefs and have all these different understandings because I always felt like letting go was like dying. You feel me? Like period. It's like dying because you got to understand you're letting go of the thing that you made yourself into over all this time. You're letting go of everything that you didn't believe, everything that you didn't accept, it, all the ideas that you didn't put into your mind, and you got to let that go and not accept it no more. So it's like you killing off that aspect of yourself, and the new you just comes out, not like Diddy in a Diddy way of coming out the closet. I'm just saying.
No, you go right up to it, and the fears will get so much stronger because they're placed by what we're calling the physical mind or the ego to ensure that this body, this mind still continues.
What?
So you're going to pick up these different ideas of what's going to stop you from doing something that's harmful to it. And psychedelic journey is actually the reverse of the birth journey. Psychedelic journey is realizing exactly what you said is that, you know, what you might have learned up until now could be false. And
Yeah.
so the body, the mind doesn't want to accept that. It'll rail, it'll give you all kinds of fears and doubts and weaknesses uh, to try to keep itself locked into that idea. All it is an idea of what is true. But if we can see then through
Start
sitting
with
with that
yourself.
fear, sitting with that doubt, sitting with that disbelief, and seeing these things for how they are, and not what I want them to be, now I can expand and have an experience of things of how they really are, not really how I'm projecting them how they should be.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Big Chill, yeah, man. I told myself, man, I woke up a while ago and I said, nigga, you crazy. You just don't know it yet. I was like, yep, yep. I'm batshit crazy, bro. And I love it. I, I said,
Yeah.
yeah, you crazy. You hella fucking crazy. You done lost your damn mind. It's like, yeah, but I feel good though. You feel me? I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm glad I lost my mind because I was so busy trying to find it. I didn't know that it couldn't be found because it didn't exist. So I was steady looking for it. I was saying, this is it. That is it. And it never was none of that shit. It never was none of it. I always was looking for it, trying to find it. And it's like, it never was none of it. It never was me. It never was this. It never was this right here. And finally, when I figured out I was crazy, I got happy. So I said all the greats was crazy. Yeah. I said,
You put down those bags, bro.
yeah, you can put them down. I said, damn, everybody living in their illusion. It's like, you don't get mad at me because I'm living in my illusion and I love my illusion. It's like, shit, people living in their illusion and they fucking going through it because they living in their own illusion that they created. You feel me? They walking around talking about, yeah, you feel me? Yeah, God can talk to us through the snakes. It's like...
You can talk to us through buckets and
through
chairs,
buckets and chairs.
concrete.
Hey, people get mad at me now when I say, man, God is everything. It's like, how come you feel me? Yeah, everything can be worshiped. There's nothing on this planet that ain't been worshiped that can't be worshiped because God or whatever that thing is everything and everybody. Everything
that
and
might come
everybody.
that might come from the one and done kind of idea where God created the universe and so now there's no part in it. No, the creation is actually ongoing. Uh, it's an ongoing creation. It's not like, oh, let me just light the fuse and then watch it blow up. No, everything is constantly, constantly moving, shifting, mixing, uh, conjugating. I mean, I wouldn't be able to have thoughts, or babies wouldn't be able to be born. Seeds wouldn't grow if creation wasn't ongoing. So, a lot of these things, along with kids coming in that don't have the veil, so to speak, or they have the immediate remembrance of more of themselves when they're coming in. That might just be our position in the universe, but also might be all the previous things that have led up to that. The idea that um, our thoughts aren't our own. So right now, me and you and everybody in this channel are adding, subtracting, mixing, conjugating to the
Yeah.
greater whole
He said,
of all existence.
he
So
said,
those
hey,
things are good.
exactly. He said, hate to tell you, God is dead. God ain't dead. God busy being you. You feel? Hey, you know what I was just thinking about in the interim? I was thinking, okay, damn, right? Okay, think about all the movies that came out, right? Like we are not sitting watching old cowboy flicks, no. Like we're not watching the same movies that came out, the first movies that came out. It's new movies come out all the time. The same with us. Like there's new people that come out every time, which every person is their own walking movie playing their own character in their own movie. These movies don't need to exist forever. The thing that you are that exists forever is beyond that. So if you sit back and you really believe that the 60, 100 years, I don't care if you live to 120 years within this lifetime, if you think that aspect of you has to exist for a millennium, you lost. You lost. You
Yeah.
lost. Because it doesn't. It doesn't. This is something that this is a little speck of creation that you then built over this little time, over that little time right there. You feel me? In infinity. And you can't, and there's no way. That's like almost trying to compare a dollar to fucking $2 billion.
Right. You're reminding me of Sadhguru's representation of it. So you look at the universe, right? And then in our universe, the solar system or the galaxy is a speck in the universe, right? That huge, it kind of looks like a neuron brain map. And so you zoom into the galaxy, and then our solar system is just a speck. And so you zoom into the the solar system, and then the Earth is just a speck.
Creationalist.
And so you zoom into the Earth, and then your city is just a speck. And then so you zoom into the city, and then your street is just a speck. And you're
Yeah.
standing on the street, and you're this big man. Well, that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's crazy because like even when you think about death, like nothing ever like really dies. It just kind of evolves. Like ancient Rome, like all these different
Right.
cities that existed back then, these different nations that fell, all they did was recreate themselves. That's it. What is the hell is a creationalist? What is it? What is that? He said, so you're a creationalist. No. No, I don't even know what that is, so I can't be it.
Well, it's labels,
I'm an
right? You get stuck into
industrialist.
these boundaries.
He said
And
we
yeah,
just animals playing dress up.
labels are good for communication, but it's not that we're stuck into those things. People, because of our society or our generalizations, we get like we sometimes accept and identify with, oh, being a man, I'm a human, I'm a yada yada, fill in the
I'm a
blank.
black man.
Right. When I took a 3.5 eighth trip, the albino penis envy, and I took a 3.5 gram, and now I'm 6'7", dark skinned dude, yoked motherfucker with dreads in fucking ancient Egypt, and I had no recollection of my life here. So truth is actually clear. Um,
Dude, so when that happens, right? Like, what do you think about that? Like when you take the psychedelics, okay, and you become this black dude with dreads, and this place over here don't exist.
well, all time I can explain it more mo better right now because I've done some research into the moment, guided by Bashar. This dude Daryl Anka who channels this being called Bashar, which means messenger in Arabic. But all time is happening now.
Yes, anything
We're,
but
we're
clear.
always it's always now. Even if it was 20 years ago, it's happening now.
Yeah,
If 20 years in the future, it's happening now. So all time and all existence is all here and it's all now. So that's
so
how you can get. It's just a different frequency change.
it's all happening
I
at
was
the
talking
same time.
right, and you talked about the level, the three different levels
Angels.
that are experiencing the now. You could call it the body, the mind, the soul has this great, and then whatever's above the soul, we can call it the oversoul, and then all these different frequency. Frequency is just another way of describing energy. Energy is just another way to describe all these different words can be categorized. It's not a specific label. It's a description of what our experience is. And so from now, if I modulate my frequency, if I'm open to it, right? If I'm allowing of it and I'm not building these boundaries, then I can experience the nows, all the nows that have relevance for my journey here. So it's like this bridge can be built between, say that was 3,500 years ago that happened. Maybe I just dreamt it up. Who knows? I don't need to categorize it because the experience cannot be categorized. It can be kind of communicated, but I don't need to put it into a box and say, oh, this will happen if you do this, this. And then I'm constricting it. Then I'm trying to
Yeah.
squeeze all the juice. Um,
Yeah, I
so
think that's why they kind of say like it's everything and nothing at the same time. It's everything and nothing because there are people that live that it seemed like they never even existed. You know, they
right,
existed to probably like 20 people that was around them. But if
right,
you was to say their name or bring them up right now, like nobody would know them. Like and we're talking about trillions of people that just existed, and because we thinking like it's crazy when we get to talking, because a lot of times our experience is in the now. It's not like like we're experiencing all of it at one time. We're not experiencing
right,
the trillions of lives that lived and came and left before us. We're just
right,
experiencing the ones that we see living right now.
right.
And
It's
that's
like a
what
manager of a 10,000 room hotel, right? The manager doesn't need to go. He's got the master key. He can go into all the rooms, but he doesn't need to go into all the rooms.
yeah. Yeah.
He only goes into the rooms that are relevant for his experience. Oh, I need to check 30 rooms today. Okay, well, I might check 30 different rooms tomorrow. Um, I'm not going to check all 10,000 rooms at this point because it's not relevant. I don't have enough time and space. We've got certain limitations here, and seeing those limitations as a strength can be a benefit. It's not that we're separated or that we're in prison or that we're guilty or we're sinful. All these are just different ideas based upon a certain person's experience, a certain energy qualities. And then we can ascribe different, oh, good, bad, right, wrong, male, female, up, down. Like,
Oh, damn.
so letting those things go, the more that I can let those things go, then I can see how it really is without my expectations of how things should be. And if I exist, therefore I'm worthy. These are only my rules that I've picked up. Another integral thing that I've learned from Sadhguru is my rules are my rules,
Yeah.
and my rules have
Exactly.
changed. When I'm 33, 43, 50, I have different rules. And so
My beliefs, hey, my beliefs change every minute. You feel me? Depending on what I'm seeing. But Khan had a good one. He said off topic, but I watched this movie where they trapped Satan in the boy's DNA, and I thought of how DNA hold the memories, and found that interesting in theory. Yeah, that's what we was talking about the other day. Khan is like how when you take psychedelics, I be feeling like we traveling through sections of our DNA at times, and it's wild because like nowadays, like with the DNA, like we kind of program it with the ideas that we have. It's like almost like we program our DNA with our ideas. Like, like the turtle, like, the sea turtle going on the shore and just laying the eggs and going into the sea. And then the babies come out and they already know what to do. It don't have to
right,
stay there and teach them anything. But us, like we program ourselves with all these different things, and then as we even come, bro, we teach it, we teach it and give it and go, hey, this is what life is. And each, depending on what region you're born in, you're gonna get a different system of beliefs depending on what region you're from. Like, like you be born over there in Iraq, you might be strapping bombs to yourself and running into places. You feel me? You be born over here, you might be a Catholic. You be born in China, you might be into Buddhism. I'm just saying, it's like depending on your region, you're going to have different beliefs, and those different beliefs are not only going to create your reality, but they're going to guide you at the same time. And it's crazy because I think the ideas and the beliefs, I think they're alive. I think they're so much alive that they don't want to die, that they even change form in they self. Because that was one thing that I learned from diving in, bro, is like when I dove in the one time and I seen the Egyptian mask, and they had the snake coming out, and the snake transformed into Buddha, and then that Buddha transformed into Jesus, was transformed into this other Gandhi entity, and it just kept on kind of transforming. So it's like that energy is actually the same energy. It just take the form that you need it to take. You feel me? I seen somebody talking about dark matter. I always call it, I don't even call it dark matter. I call it damn man, I had a name for it. The primordial ooze, which I think is the mind, is that darkness, or whatever that darkness is that's within the mind. But that thing can become anything. It only becomes what you need it to be. So it's like it's gonna come in the form that you need it to come in. It doesn't matter. Like, some people gonna look at life like checkers, and some people gonna look at it like chess. You feel me? And that's how it's gonna be. What's up with it, Just Ty? Welcome,
Hey,
Just
hey,
Ty, in the building, y'all.
what's going on, guys? Hey, True Light,
What up?
hey, Chief. I just got finished watching a video of somebody's ayahuasca experience, and his spiritual guide was in the shape of a keyhole, a literal keyhole.
Yeah,
And he was saying it brought him to showing all these things in life and just bringing him to that plateau of seeing everything, like you were saying. And he
yeah,
was saying that this was the form that was comfortable for him. And at a point, he was saying, "Oh, this was a lot. This is too much." But then it was like helping him see more and everything.
Th-
And it was reminded when he came back to look at the keyhole and stuff like that, and different reminders.
yeah. Cause it's and that's one thing that even like that I learned on my journey of psychedelics is the psychedelics even gonna come in the form that you need it to come in. And that, like, when it told me that and showed me that, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm tripping, bro. Like, I got to be crazy, because this thing is gonna come whatever form. If you need it to be Jesus, you know what it's gonna do? It's gonna come in the form of Jesus. You need it to be alien, it's gonna come in the form of an alien. You need it to be Gandhi, it's gonna come in the form of Gandhi. I don't care if it's Martin Luther King, it's gonna come in whatever form you need it to come in order to get the message across to you. But it's gonna be the same message. The message is not going to be no different than any other message that's out there. But the form is going to change, because you needed it to come in this form in order for you to understand it. If it just came to you in the form that it is, that ugly ass octopus thing, you're going to be scared and terrified. But if it come looking like Jesus, or it come looking like, Buddha or something, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I seen Buddha, I seen Jesus, you're gonna be amazed. So it has to come in the form that you can clearly accept it. And like, that's one thing that I liked about diving in on the mushrooms, is when I had the conversation with the mushrooms, and I was telling me, like, show me yourself. Like, I'm not scared. I won't be scared. Like, don't come to me in all this other, these other idealistic ways. Show me yourself. Like, you feel me? And that shit showed me yourself. That shit was scary as hell. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared. No, change back to change back to this. Cause I don't want you looking like Predator and shit. Like, I'm cool. I don't want that. But that's like, that's the amazing thing is every individual is going to come to you in the form, because you got to understand, as you're going, like, this is one thing, like, man, bro, we learn so much off of psychedelics that sometimes I go, damn, I don't pay attention to it all, but once I get to speaking about it, I can see it. So even like the way people are, the way people act, their ideas and their beliefs create the way that they look. If you look in a person's face, you can actually damn near see their belief within the way that they facial expressions are. And it's like fucking crazy as shit, bro, to me, that, nowadays, like, I can look at a person, like, I don't even have to speak or nothing, but I can already tell by their facial expressions the way that they are. Because even like the way that you are and the things that you say and how you look at life, how you view life, whether you love it or whether you hate it, your facial expressions show it. You're always showing it. So your face takes the form in the ideas that you have. And if you think I'm crazy, start paying attention to it. All you got to do, like, I say things and I go, damn, I don't just say, I say them because it's like what I'm seeing, but I say it to say, man, go test it out and go look. And go look at it. And you'll be like, what the fuck, bro?
Now, you could just start with your own kid.
Oh, my God. Those...
Hey, what you looking like that for? And they say,
like,
nothing. Like, I know it's something.
Something wrong with you. And
I'm okay. Like, okay is not a feeling.
Okay is not a feeling. But I can see it in your face. Something is wrong with you. I got a shit. You look like you got a shit. I'm just saying.
Fix your face.
Yeah, fix your face.
Or at least talk about it.
But you, like, that's the one thing I start to notice is that it's a pattern to everything. Now you can correlate that like a calm line, man. I like when you come in and use them big words because it make me take them and I use them myself. But now you can correlate that with the way a person's dressed, with the way a person speaks. And the way a person speaks, you can tell what their understanding or what their belief is by the way they talk. You feel me? Because we dress ourselves, not just our body, we dress our minds in a certain way too, to where when we start speaking, like I got this thing right now to where I go through with my family to where I talk to them, right? This is me being me, right? The way I talk. And they go, don't get to talking to me like you on your podcast. And I'm going, what the fuck? It's like, so I dress my mind and my speech to the way I come on here and I talk, and I'm thinking this is just the way I talk.
Yeah, that's what Joe Rogan said a couple years ago. He was saying that people said he talked to them like they do on the podcast. But he said the podcast actually, like how we see, just made us more interested in what our own mind is trying to figure out and seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
Like how some people rap like how they talk.
Exactly. And it's like, maybe, yeah, I don't know, bro. I said, man, today, I said, goddamn, I said, today I feel like all information just ain't good information, all right? Like, I don't care. It could be your significant other. It could be your mother. It could be your father. It could be your best friend, your cousin. All information ain't good fucking information for you. Like, and this is the thing is, when I say we're playing chess, bro, we playing chess because you will put your best friend as your rook or your knight. And the way that they move, you expecting them to move a certain way. And when they don't move that way, you be like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck just happened? You feel me? They'll tell you some shit that'll throw you off of what you're doing or throw you off of your game. And it's like, bro, all information just ain't good information. I don't care where it's coming from. If it's not helping you like better yourself or you do different things, like, cause people will come to you and go, well, Just Ty, you feel me? You'll be like, Just Ty go and be like, yeah, man, I was talking to my friend the other day and he was saying, man, he liked my shoes and whoop de whoop. And they'll say, man, well, shit, that motherfucker told me he don't even like you. You feel me? It's like he told me something different about you. You feel me? I don't trust that motherfucker. And now you'll get that and you'll take that. It'll be in your subconscious mind. Now, every time you go and talk to this person, that shit gonna be right there, waiting, going, is he being real with me? Is he being this? And it's like, bro, all information just fucking ain't good information these days. Cause it'll make you dislike other people, and you see that like how we demonize other people, like how the Christians they demonize other people, and then you got the woke people that NPC somebody.
They don't got no emotions. They ain't thinking up in there.
Yeah, and it's like it's the same thing though. It's like no different. It's just right. Just because you put a different name on it, don't mean it's not the same thing. And it's like, this is what we doing, bro. We said, man, it's Versace. You feel me? It's not Prada. It's Louis Vuitton. You got to get you a Louis Vuitton purse. You feel me? You can't be doing that guess shit. And it's like, you would guess right now. And they go, man, well, look, this Louis is better. It's like fucking crazy, bro. But it's dope at the same time. I ain't going to hold you. It is dope. because you're gonna follow what you feel like you need to follow at the time you need to follow. And it's crazy when they say you actually create your own reality, and it's hard to see and it's hard to accept. But if you go back like psychedelics do and show you your life, you see that you are creating your own reality, even if you getting bits and pieces of it from somebody else. You feel me? You still creating it because you lead yourself to certain people in order to get the information that you need. And it's the same that we were saying with AI and the phone and how the phone leads, the phone listens to us. You feel me? It's all the same shit, bro. This is your mind
Hmm.
doing all this shit.
Yeah,
Right.
that's my thought coming in when I first coming into the podcast was the AI and how it's able to tell the same story that's been being told for millions of years or the like forever, that it's the body, but it's something more to the body. It's something like moving around and what consciousness is and everything.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
another way for people to see what's going on. Like, what's the virtual world? Does that mean you're dead? Like, what's multi-reality? What's quantum physics and quantum computers? You could be in two places
Let's see.
at the same time. What?
Looking
Right.
down.
Like a reflection. If everything is happening within, then everything that I ever experience will
Yeah,
be a
car.
reflection of my state. And then I can
Codex.
allow, disallow, I can find the parts that are relevant. And then, it's like taking the best and leaving the rest. I might not need to look when I look in myself in the mirror. I might not need to look at my whatever, but I'm going to look at what is relevant for me to have that experience of whatever I look in the mirror for. And so if it's all mirror, all going on, you inverse, right? You pushed out, then it's always going to be what I need to be. I don't need to put any expectations on it. Kind of, and that's like liberation, or it's like freeing.
Yes. You get too free and then you be like me, you walk out the house and then you have on 10 different colors going, damn, wait, I ain't even matching. Fuck it. It don't even matter.
And two different colored socks.
Yeah. Green socks, black pants, red shirt, blue shoes. You like, what the fuck? I look like a goddamn crayon box right now.
Well, there's a part of that will like correlate with somebody else who's in that vibration that can see exactly what you're saying. The truth is clear. Uh, because light is clear, we get all the colors from it. Well, if you're speaking and living your truth the best that you can at every single moment, following your passion, then there's nothing you need to ever expect because the real ones are going to see it. Birds of a feather kind of thing.
Yeah, it's crazy because I think that's how I didn't got. It's like, bro, my outside appearance is, I ain't I stay shaved up and do all the shit, but at the same time, it's like when I go and throw on some shit, I just want to be comfortable, bro. I'm comfortable with putting on anything. You feel me? I went to the store one time and I went to the store a few times in my fucking onesie. And people was looking at me like, what the fuck is this? This dude got on this grown ass man in the onesie. Look, man, this shit is comfortable. You feel me? It's cold and this is comfortable. This is comfortable to me. I'm comfortable in my skin. You feel me? I don't need to fit it with all the best linens and shit to feel good about myself no more. And I remember that was a thing that I used to do, because I feel good, bro. I'm telling you, I feel so fucking good, bro. I didn't even think it was this possible to just feel this good 24/7 about life. It didn't matter whether life was going good or it was going bad. It just, it's like you can still feel good about shit and still be up there. You feel me? And it's like, damn, liberation. Liberation.
It's a wonderful thing to realize that you're the captain of your ship.
Man.
It's a wonderful. Some maybe aren't ready for that possibility. Some maybe don't want that responsibility of living the freest that they can in every single moment because they're identified with certain limited things. But yeah, that possibility within yourself, that the source of creation is literally throbbing with, that we can take our shit, I can I can shine the mirror towards the sun and make a, take a magnifying glass and make a fire, or I can shine it back on anywhere else in this existence. And as long as I'm being the truest me that I am, then there's nothing that I need to say after that. That's enough said, kind of
What?
thing.
He said Trinity verse was added 509 years later. What you mean? Script you wanted instead of trying to please the cities who may see the script. Yeah, the critics. Yeah, that's crazy because you begin to you do begin to control your own script and not and like I ain't saying that you don't care about everything that everybody thinks at times, but you don't. You just be like, fuck it, shit. You feel me? People gonna feel what they want to feel regardless. I can't control nobody on how they feel. I just started being able to control the way I feel and the way I look at things. And I said, shit, once I was able to do that, I said, shit, I broke free of all the chains. And
Right.
it's like weird, bro. It's a weird feeling, bro. It's a weird feeling, but it feels good at the same time. And like like people don't understand is like, you're gonna have times to where you're gonna be sad. That's part of life. But you don't have to let the sadness consume you to the point to where that's your everyday thing. It's just
Or you
another
become
phase.
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. It's just another phase, bro. It's another phase. It's like, shit, I hit my knee on something. Yeah, that shit's supposed to hurt right now. You feel
Right.
me? Is it like,
Right.
man, I hit my knee the other day, bro. That shit still hurt right now. I got a big ass gash, but it's like, I didn't let it stop me from walking. I didn't let it stop me from getting where I needed to go. You feel me? I just accepted the pain and go, oh shit, this shit hurt, but it didn't stop nothing.
Yo,
Nothing.
I was looking at the video of the guy who created the Crip Walk dance, and he actually got his leg amputated, but he really wanted to be a dancer, and he started like when he was 13, and then it was like adopted by the gangs later. I was watching the video of him. I was like,
Hmm.
oh.
Damn, this where it came from, huh? They just
Yeah.
stole one-legged man stuff. It kind of looked like you jumping on one leg. Yeah, that's what it. That's what it looked like. That is, oh, you gotta send that shit to me, Todd.
I got you.
I gotta see that. I gotta see that. This where it came from. How he must have been old though.
Yeah, it was a real old video. Somebody said this like the first ever capture of it, the dance.
He said, "Wait." He said all the disciples were teenagers, and the Council of Nicaea under Constantine flipped the script, and then their skits what? Their schizo Paul. Huh. That's fucking crazy. You know what? I never thought about that because anytime I looked at Jesus and his disciples, I looked at them as being a gang of older men. Like the way they drew them, like they was old
No,
men
they
with
was
gray
in their
beards.
20s allegedly. Remember, they said
What
Jesus
the
was
fuck?
33 when he went away.
Yeah, yeah, I know Jesus was 33, but I thought, all the disciples that he was
uh,
grabbing, I thought they was elderly men, like in their 50s and shit.
I'm trying to see. Because John the Baptist was already around before he was around, but he wasn't a disciple. Yeah, I'm not sure. They could have been the same age or older.
That's fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, yeah. I never thought about it. I just, from my perception and what I seen, like that's all I ever seen was, whenever they drew pictures of Paul or all these disciples, they was old ass men. Like I never seen pictures of them to where it seemed like they was fucking in their 20s or 30s. Like you like they late 30s, the early 40s.
People do age differently, though.
Man. Disciples. He said, weren't all the gospels or disciples high and wandering through the desert or something? Oh yeah, that was the Israelites that was wandering through the desert. Like God, it's a lot of stuff in
Really?
the Bible that throw me off though, right? Because I'm
What's
like
that?
going, like the preachers today that that work they shit off of money and all that, and then I'm like going, I don't never remember Jesus talking about money. I don't
Nope.
remember. I don't remember
Or
one
establishing
scripture.
a home base.
Never, never. I never heard him say, man, except give give what's his name his stuff, but give
Caesar.
God, yeah, Caesar his, and give you. But Jesus never said, "Hey man, I got 30 shekels." So you feel me? I'm let's go to the store and get something to eat. Jesus, he never sold nothing. He never bought nothing. None of that. None
Yeah.
of that. None of that. It's like money didn't even exist in his world. Not like that. It's a
Yeah,
crucial
people
mass.
traded wisdom for currency back then. It was a whole different game.
Oh, he said Muhammad was illiterate. Damn. That's then now that's so I got to look that up. I never thought about that. I think a lot of but
So was King James. King James had nothing to do with rewriting the Bible and stuff in the Council of Nicaea. It was other people that did it, and they just put his name on it. Like he just put the creed out. But yeah, I was
I
learning about it last week. The
man,
actual king himself.
I remember back in the days, they was like all black people was like, man, you need to read the King James version because King James he was black and he wrote that for black people.
I missed that one.
I was like,
There's an
wait,
ancient.
hold.
There's evidence that Christianity existed in Ethiopia before the time of Christ.
Oh yeah, I read about that. Then they got it's some claims that they got the real Ark of the Covenant,
Right.
but they definitely had
I
some
seen
teachings
that
because
one.
they was all in the same area. They just said, oh, they the brown people, so they got the wrong version of it.
Yeah. With religion, Christ has taken on attributes that he not
Tons of different
that
flavors.
person might not necessarily have attributed or said it's cool to do. Um, with these
Yeah,
different ideas,
at the
we can
temple.
then put our energy into it, and it's just the way nature is working around us. So we'll put ideas of Christ or God or divine,
Yeah,
you know, when it's just the way that nature is working, all the way, all the way up, all the way up. It's in the souls and spirits and oversouls and all these different ideas.
that's what I always felt like. This is just what nature does. This is what life does right here. What it's doing right now.
Right.
So life is itself experiencing itself in every which way possible. Now, life we can call it God. We can put many different names on that shit, bro. We can put many different names, but whatever we put on it is going to evolve into something else over time. Because
Uh-huh.
that's
Right.
what everything does.
And that's what uh, it just had me
My
thinking,
ball.
because it's different levels to people religion and stuff
Oh,
like
two
that.
balls.
Like in some people religion, they have
Balls.
just a kind of monotheistic kind of view, like it's just one thing going on. And
I
then
know what you're
other
saying, though.
traditions, because I think sometimes for kids, storytelling and passing on some form of culture and ideas at times helps them explore their imagination in the way that people do off psychedelics, so to speak. So like say say like I was listening to some guy, he was an indigenous guy, and he was talking about how the four winds each have a name to it. and how those four winds each carry like different kind of inspirations when you listen to it, and how they listen to the
Right.
trees and different things, and they got different names and deities for each aspect of nature. But it's not that the deity itself is like real, but the story that it's telling is what
Right.
you're supposed to get intact with.
Right.
So I think it's like different. Like with Christianity, they got the one that's taught a lot, and then they got other things that talk about the angels that control the four winds and the four compass and all that other stuff. I mean, it's people trying to just story tell about what's going on,
Right. And it's
but you only can tell it through a story,
But it's
so that
like
they
kind of
can
right.
figure out
wild,
what
right?
to tell.
Oh, go ahead, Exile, because you got started first.
No, we kind of said that earlier. I'm glad you're bringing it back. Is that stories have kind of it's two multiple, greater than one meaning, where there could be a couple different things being said, even though you tell a
Into the
story about
storm,
Jack and
God.
Jill going up a hill or whatever. Um, there is just an idea of putting it into, because our minds are built on these kind of story. Our existence might be built on these kind of this linear time space, at least is built on, you know, once upon a time. Then it goes through the story, and then happily ever after. So that part in the middle can have a bunch of different, you know, meanings or interpretations based on who's ever reading it. But if you're telling the story correctly, if you're telling the story that you made up or you're getting or you're translating, if you tell that the best way that you can do it, then who's ever reading it or interpreting it or translate, getting that story is going to get those things if it's relevant for them to get it.
It's the soldier's journey.
Yeah. Everybody in the class gonna write a different book report.
And then when Just Ty have his God and we have our God Exile, and we go over there and we destroy Just Ty and them, our God, it's gonna make our God stronger than his God. So our God gonna prevail, and we gonna write his God out of history. And now
Right.
our
Some of the
God is gonna
stories,
take over.
Nah, I'm gonna leave a little note for somebody to pick up later in life, and they gonna
Yeah, they gonna
read.
read it. They gonna find it in the cave.
right. So some of the stories that are written down, etched into stone, whatever, digitally created now, are a specific way that the narrative is saying it, right? The narrator or the author, and the author is the one that lived, right? So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the victor or the person who's living is actually telling the story. But since all things are, on a different scale, all things are happening now. So all I have to do is put myself into dropping all the things that I think are true, and then having an intention using my imagination to go into which called the Akashic records.
Akashic
And
records.
that's an idea or the theory that everything is written into the space and time that it happens in. So even though we might have killed Just Ty's God and we wrote it down that we killed Just Ty's God in a certain way, if somebody with the relevant frequency goes in to view that thing and experience that thing for themselves, they might have a psychedelic trip where now they're, a 6'7" dude in Kemet and see a different truth that was now it was hidden before, but now you can't take that experience from them now. So now they can write
Yeah.
a different story, and I think the truth will always come out. Like you can't hide. Buddha said it. Three things can't be hidden for long: the sun, the moon, and the truth cannot be hidden for long. So it doesn't.
Do
And the
you
truth
think
it
that?
needs to.
Do you think sometimes the truth is like subjective?
The truth needs no justification. The truth is always going to be subjective because it's relevant to that person's experience. I've got a certain signature frequency. I've got a certain, in this linear time, I've got a certain birth date. I've met with so many people. I've eaten so many meals, smoked so much, whatever. So it's like this ping pong ball, this billiard ball that's gone through this, or what's that called, pinball, that's gone through all these different things to try to get either what am I playing ping pong? What am I doing these things for? So taking
Yeah.
that into account, what I think about it, and that's really integral. Sometimes we take other people's view on ping pong or golf or God or grass or based on somebody else's view on that thing. And why I haven't really looked at how I think about it. So if I stop and look at how I'm thinking about it, well, that's one of my choices. That's one of my, I'm integral to the rest of the place, right? I exist, so immediately I'm worthy. So my ideas on the things are just as valid as anybody else's. So I don't need to go
Yeah.
through the middleman of my uncle telling me how to. You just come into mind when your uncle taught you how to walk down the street or something like that. And my thing, it was the way I walk with. I used to stick my chest out a little bit, and then somebody called me a bird chest, so I didn't stick my chest out that much. So um, these different, and then so now I don't care about those, not as much of those things. I've, with this self, it's like refining our own truth. Because I am a subjective person, even to myself, I don't ascribe to these different labels. Now I can start to mold or meld or dissolve into the being which I naturally am. That needs no justification, certification, whatever, condemnation. Like I don't need all these things. Yeah, I can use that in a certain area, right? If I'm going across the border, I might show my ID, or it's all kind of like circumstantial. You'll
You know what's
start
the
knowing that.
scary part though? Is everybody is only trying to help.
That's one of the worst words you could say. I learned. I'm just trying to help. You look like you got a knife over 'em.
Yeah, it's like I was only trying to help, and it's like, damn, but your help is kind of fucked off. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if you find yourself coming to that, it's just some
I
more layers of
had an
thinking, and
IQ
then
of
you can see what
55.
is help in
What?
that situation, or what is severity, like how severe is the situation at hand. Because we jump into a lot of
Player,
other
yeah.
people realities, or we jump into realities of fearfulness a lot of times instead of remembering we the captain of this, with more than
Yeah.
just what physically is happening. Like, how do you know this is going to work? It's going. We got this.
Oh shit! All you got to do is believe. That's the best one right there. All you got to do is believe. You feel me?
Mhm.
And it's like, damn, that shit is true
All the
though.
movies, all the movies used to say it, saying like magic don't work unless you believe it, or they can't use the magic unless they believe it. The voodoo or spells and stuff.
Yeah. Like Christ don't work unless you believe.
Hmm.
Like you have to believe. It don't matter which system you decide to believe in. All you have to do is believe. That's how it's gonna work. And it's kind of crazy because it goes back to what we were saying earlier about like how you kind of create your own reality. So if you believe in something, everything that happens is gonna be pertaining to that thing right there. It doesn't matter what it is. Like if you get a fucking raise at the job, it's gonna be yeah, because God did that, because you believe. And it's like, damn, I never could understand that. I see that all the time. Like when I go on Facebook, that's why I don't go on Facebook no more. People be like, God bless me with with this money, or God bless me with this or that, and then you go out there and you see other people that need that blessing, and it just make you go, okay, how come they didn't get that blessing but you got it? Like that person needed more than you. You feel me? I'm just saying. It's
It,
like,
it's called It's called marketing. Social marketing. If you put out that God got you, then it puts out the other people that marketing hope that was put out by people that want you to go to church or pass a law because you believe in God, even though they're not going to even say what particular God. They're just going
yeah,
to use that umbrella term. And just a lot of social economic stuff going on. Because then other people will say, all right, now I need to go to God so I can get that money too, because that person felt good and God blessed them.
Yeah.
So this is what you got to do.
This is how you do it. Send me $2 and I'll tell you how to talk to God to get the things that you need.
Oh, now you coming up.
Send me $2. I made a whole class on it, and it's gonna walk you through how to pray. You feel me? Because you ain't praying right. That's what it is.
Your sacrifice ain't right. You ain't slit the throat right.
Oh shit. That shit is funny as hell now, bro.
It's just like going back. We the guys in Jet Black in year one. Jet Black and Michael
Yeah,
Cera.
yeah. That's my movie right there. Just I think I watched that movie 100 times. He said, "Oh, you know, when he ate the forbidden fruit, he said, man, I don't know. I feel good. I feel like I could do anything type shit. It's like that belief will do that shit.
No.
Yeah, I just know." Ask me something. No, not that. Ask me something else.
But everything was right on point when they kept just moving.
Oh, that shit is hilarious. Hey,
Like,
you
why
know
they
what's
gonna sacrifice them?
Hey, you know what's crazy? Because like I was so I remember like my years of believing in Christianity to the point to where when I first seen South Park and I seen them talking about Jesus, I said they going to hell. They going to hell before the second episode. They gonna die.
Yeah, that was the first episode.
Yeah, it's like they gonna die. Like period. I know it. God gonna strike them down, and you be thinking that. Then it be like 20 years later, and you like they still here. Doing the same thing. God. I thought God strike people down for that shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, I've been scared all this time, living in fear and shit, thinking I can't do this or I can't believe that because God gonna do this to me. And it's like, what the fuck, bro? Live your whole life in fear without even knowing. It's nothing to be fear of but fear itself. Placebo effect is real, huh? But I gotta tap out though, y'all. It's late over here. You feel me? I'm gonna tap in tomorrow, like I said. Yeah. So all right, thanks for stopping by, Ty. Thanks for your input as always too, Exile. You feel me? It's always a blessing.
This was a great one.
Yeah, it
Appreciate
always
you.
is.
Hey.
I appreciate you guys too, bro. But all right.
Have a good one, True. Have
All
a good
right.
one, Chat.
And yeah, thank y'all out there, man. It's always cool to come and just have these conversations. It's like crazy because it don't have to always be a certain way that we going. We don't need, to always have a story that we trying to share or a story that we just trying to, follow, because that's all we ever do. I feel like is follow the stories of everything that's going on, and we begin to play the same game. So it's like when we just sitting here and we just talking our thoughts and we just talking about everything and whatever comes to mind at the time, I think that's the best time because we're living in real time. We're living in real time and we're living right now, like right now in the now, doing this in the now. And that's the beautiful thing. And I thank everybody out there, man. Unified, sanctified. Thank you for stopping in. Eric B, Big Chill, always. Justin Boyle, Kyle Milan, the special one. You feel me? Everybody, man. I thank y'all for stopping by. And then, we'll be back tomorrow, man. You feel me? He said, you a fine black man. Oh, that's funny. But thank y'all, man. And we're gonna keep this thing going. I'll be back tomorrow. We got it, like I said, the streams are gonna be sounding more better now because we got a new microphone, we got a new setup. So yeah, thanks for the one that contributed to the channel, because this is what I use it for. Like I said, I use it for these things in order to make this a little bit better than what it is. And I hope we sounding a lot clearer than what we did before. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Yeah, take care. You too, Justin, man. And you know, when Justin come through and Justin be having his times, bro, I thank you, Khan, and everybody else out there that have those one-on-one conversations with him, because y'all kind of go back and forth and y'all help him deal with whatever he's fighting. And it's like, bro, this shit is beautiful as hell. I thank y'all for that. You feel me? For being there for Justin, because he be needing that. He be needing that. You feel me? And everybody don't be doing it in a bad way. Everybody be doing it in a good way to, you know, so we can kind of help each other through this thing that we call life, or whatever this shit is, bro. You feel me? Yeah, sub up. Sub up, Unified, and y'all already know, like, when y'all hear us in Discord, we always share the Discord, and you know, so anybody can come through and talk. Because if you're talking a lot on the chat, come into the Discord. The Discord is open to everybody. It don't cost nothing. It's free. You feel me? Yeah, I know you need it, Justin. I be telling them, bro. I hear you here all the time, bro. I remember years ago, you always been here, bro. You know. So it'd be cool when you be able to have those one-on-one conversations just in the chat with certain people, and they help you through whatever you going through. You know, it'd be kind of dope. That's why you don't see me chiming in a lot when you going back and forth and having a conversation with Khan Milan, or you having a conversation with somebody else. I kind of just sit back and watch it go on, but I be paying attention, bro. I be watching. I just don't mention it because it's for y'all to go back and forth and talk to each other in order to, you know, to get what you need out of the conversation, instead of having other people kind of chime in and throw their 2 cents in. I thought it was Discord. And yeah, you'll see us share the Discord. You'll see us share the Discord in the beginning of the video. Exile always shares the Discord. And once he shared the Discord, once I'm on and I like start doing my little talk after a while, like when you see me open Discord, that's for everybody that's out there to come in, so we can so it makes it easier. So I don't have to read all the chat messages. And it's like, just jump in Discord and just come in and just start talking, because it's always dope too when somebody new come into Discord, because you're sharing other stuff that we probably don't be talking about at the time. You're sharing other information. Like you were saying a lot of different things that I didn't know about. So jump in Discord and come in and talk about it, so we can all like conversate on that one thing, because we create the narrative. Y'all out there create the narrative of what's going on and what we're talking about. I don't do it. I just come in and I go live and be like, this is True Life Stories, episode 7. You feel me? And y'all, everybody out there actually create the narrative of where the video is going. So I think that's the thing that I like, is the fact that I'm not coming in just talking about, you know, whatever's going on in the world. It's like, no, I'm leaving it open for us to be able to come in and talk about whatever we're talking about, you know, for y'all to throw out topics and things like that. The story is creating itself, and I thank you guys for that, because you always keep it popping, because everybody always coming up with a good topic as we're going. So it's like, I don't need to create a narrative for the videos. Like, we create the narrative when we come in, so it's not following the script or the YouTube script. That's how come the videos don't get as many plays or whatever, because people don't understand is that you're the one creating the script. The ones out there, you're creating the script. We're all doing it together. We're not just, you know, labeling these videos one thing, because we come in and we start talking about something and we jump all over the place and we just kind of let it go where it's going. And it's always a beautiful thing, because we touching on subjects that's dealing with each other. You feel me? Which is dope, bro. And unless Jesus was arrested with the naked, what the hell? Golly. Like, yeah, man, you gonna have to jump in the chat next time. But yeah, tomorrow, man, I'll be back tomorrow. Well, later today, you feel me? And yeah, man, that's what I like about it too. That's why I ain't changed it, because I'm not playing I'm not playing the narrative or the story that everybody else is out there doing, bro. I don't know how. I don't know how, because everybody want to come in and run videos like they're teaching somebody something, and it's nothing but always regurgitated information. It's like people are charging people in order to show them to themselves or to show them some stuff that they already know. And it's like, nah, I don't got time for that, bro. I like when we come in and we just chop it up and we talk about, and we can bring up aliens and we can bring up psychedelics and we can bring up this and we can bring up that. And the conversation just kind of makes itself, because these are things that we can't just go to our family members or go to certain ones and talk about. So we can come here and we can just bring it up and we can just free flow the conversation every time, bro. And it always be dope. It always be dope, man. But yeah, I thank y'all. And dang, man, I didn't even know my camera was off. My bad. I'm thinking my camera on this whole time as I'm just talking. But yeah, I thank y'all. And yeah, we're gonna keep doing this. We are not gonna stop. And now that, you know, we blessed with a little, you know, better microphone, and, you know, it's better sounding. You can hear everybody clear on Discord and everything. Yeah, make sure y'all like the video. And yeah, bro, I'll see y'all next time. So peace and love. And yeah.